Hello, this is Joe from Joe's Tech Bits with more Windows tips. Today I'd like to talk about cut and paste. Cut and paste is a very handy function that will let you save little bits of data or even large bits of data, pictures, move files, copy files, and it's very easy to use. So what I'd like to do is show you a few tips that I use a lot. And we're going to go over here to the main screen, and I'm going to go to a page I've saved here. Constitution, the preamble to the Constitution. What I like to do is show you how you can mark this, cut it, and copy it. So if I take my cursor and just select that by dragging it over the text, there is the text I want to copy. What I'm going to do now is right click and say copy. Now you don't see anything because it copied it to a special area called the clipboard. It's this area in memory that Windows keeps. But it's there, and if we want to use it or save it somewhere, we can just do a paste. What's called a paste. Now where do we save it? You could save it in a document. Now I have a document right here. I could save that here, and once I get it in this document, I can do whatever I want with it and edit it in the document. Or the other thing we can do, I'll save that off right now. I like to have a program called Notepad. If you go over to your programs using the start button and hit N, you'll find Notepad. And right here you can right click on Notepad, and first thing you can pin it to start. The other thing you can do is right click and pin to the taskbar, which is what I like to do. It's right here. Now you can see, we go back to the start. Here's our Notepad right there. If you'd like to run it from there, you can. Very easy. But I like to have it even closer to me when I'm using it. So I showed you about the word processor. If you want to save it in a temporary area, you're going to do something else with it. You can save it in Notepad and just use it as a temporary copy area. Now, the other thing we can do, we can say you want to save a phone number from somebody. You can do that. Take that there and do a copy. And we'll go back to our Notepad again. We'll hit a few returns here and drop down. And there's our phone number. Now, what we can do, I'll again minimize this because I don't want to close it yet, because I may need that data later on with whatever I'm doing. Now, the other thing you can do with cut and paste, I went over here to the Philadelphia Wikipedia page, and I went to the Liberty Bell picture here, and you can save the image. Now if you want to save it, it'll save it to a folder on your computer, but I just want to copy this, and I'm going to go over back to our Word processing document, leave a little space here, and we're going to paste it in there. And there it is. That makes a good match with our Constitution text. And one thing you can do with that now is just save it as a document, a separate document. You can make this bigger, smaller, and you could also export it as a PDF file if you'd like. And that would give you other options. I'm going to minimize this again. The other thing you can do, I'm going to minimize this, and what I will do is turn my picture off here. What you can do is select a folder or a file, and we're going to go here, and I've set up a couple folders here. Here's one called Doc1, and what I would want to do would be to maybe copy or move even these two pictures. So if I do this and select one and then go over, hover over the second picture, hold down the Control key, which is the lower left hand corner of your keyboard, and then click again, left click, you notice I have both of them selected. I could also do this with the mouse and select them both. Then what I can do is cut them, and if I go over to the other doc folder here, oh, they're already there. But what I can do is then say paste them and replace them. They're the same files. If I go back to the other Doc1 folder, you can say they're gone. I totally moved them over. I must have copied them over the first time when I did this. Now the other thing you can do is take this window and stretch it over here, and when you go, hold it at the top, keep the left button down and move it over. I'll show you that again. Click at the top, press and hold, and move it to the left. And you notice the size comes up in like a phantom window, and when I leave go of the mouse, it sizes it to that size. Now if I go down here to the Windows Explorer or File Explorer, I can open another window. What I did, I right clicked on here, and you see if you right click, it'll bring up a menu that you can get other options. So what I did, I clicked that, and now I have a second window, and you see that I was able to slide that to the right, and what it did, it sized itself to exactly half the screen. So I have half here and half here. So if I'd want to go back to that Doc2 folder where I moved these pictures, maybe I want to move them back or copy them back. So I can select them again with the mouse this way, or select one with your left mouse button, hold the Control key down and select the other one. Now what I can do is right click and hold on either one of these, as long as it's on one of the highlighted ones. Right click and hold, and I can swing it over here to the other folder. And did you notice there was a 2 on there? And now I could say either copy here or move here. I think I'll just copy them back over. So they're back to the original folder, and I also have them here. So that's a way you can copy from one window to the other. You could also right click here and do a copy. Well, let's do it with this picture. Right click here and do a copy without dragging. The other dragging is called drag and drop. Just this is plain copy and paste. So I did a copy, you saw that. And I go here in a blank area and I'll do paste. And I put that picture there. That's how you can copy and paste pictures and files and text. Now there's one other screen I wanted to show you, which is right here. This is a web page that you can find out more tips on copy and paste. There's a lot of things you can do with it. And before I show you down the page, I wanted to show you, in case you ever wanted to get back to this page, you can always use a copy on the website address. All you have to do is go up to this address where it starts at the top here. Usually it has an HTTP, but this one doesn't. If you left click once, did you notice it highlighted that? Then what you can do is go back over the highlight and right click and do a copy. Now what I can do is go down to my notepad file here, and I could say that URL, which is the address of the website, paste it in there, and the next time, if I want to save this somewhere, the next time I go, I can do a copy and paste this in to the top bar of the web browser and go back to that same website. Now the last thing I'd like to show you here is this website has a lot of good information. Besides using your mouse though, you can see that there are keyboard shortcuts for Windows, Mac, and it'd probably be very similar for Linux. You can use these shortcuts instead of using your mouse in case you like using your keyboard. To copy, use a Control button, hold it, and a C. Once this is after you've highlighted the data you want to copy or the picture. To cut, actually move, you could do a Control plus the X key, the Control key plus X. And then when you go to the new location, do a Control V, and that will paste the data or text in the new location. And then again, like I said, we can take this, copy all this. If you want to not have to go back to this website every time, you can go here, whatever file you're going to put it in Notepad, you can paste it in there, and you have all the information here for Mac and Windows. Now if I wanted to save this, I can click on File and say Save As, and it's going to go in my Documents folder, and I could call it My Stuff. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. Check out that website, and if you do a Google and cut and paste, I'm sure there's many tips out there. So again, give us a thumbs up if you like this, and we will see you in the next video, and have a great day.